It is important to note that all substratum populations, regardless of the continent, were originally black people. Thanks to eugenics-influenced books and media, we tend to think of Europe as a homogeneous, fair-skinned Caucasian population, and that the presence of anyone black in this region was due to slavery. This could not be further from the truth. In this video, we are going to take a look at the foundational blacks of France. The foundational black population has not been discussed in great detail. Here we have a coat of arms of Étienne Poncher, Bishop of Paris and Archbishop of Sens, taken from a tapestry. In this tapestry, we have wild men holding up the shield of Étienne Poncher. The symbolism on the shield shows a chevron shape and the head of Étienne at the top of the point, which symbolizes the degree of knowledge that he has obtained. Furthermore, please note the checkerboard pattern of alternating red and yellow. Let us compare it to the African mask on the right. This is known as quartering around the fifth, and it is an African concept in origin which symbolizes human order. We also see it in Dogonic culture in West Africa. We must pay attention to the cultural continuities as they are all connected to African culture. Here we have Château d'Esclimont, Saint-Symphorien-le-Château, France, built in 1543 by Étienne de Poncher. A few days ago, I came across this great primary source of coat of arms of foundational blacks of France. This is a medieval coat of arms book titled L'Armorial d'Auvergne, Bourbonnois et Forests de Guillaume Revel. This book is quite interesting as it contains the coat of arms of both the black royal and nobility class of France, and it also contains the wild men or forest people coat of arms. Here you can see the beautifully detailed black nobility illustrated in vibrant watercolors, which we have been deprived of in the past. These black people illustrated here are the foundational blacks of France. Even though these illustrations were drawn back in the 1200s, they look like they could have been made today. Absolutely amazing. It's been approximately 2 years now since I've come across Black European research and information. This is primarily due to the hard work and scholarship of Dr. Marie Charles and Dr. Clyde Winters. I alluded to the quartering of the fifth checkerboard pattern in contrast to the patterns on the African mask earlier in this video. This is due to the brilliant research of Dr. Marie Charles. Because of all this newfound information, I now know why black people were forbidden to read or write under the penalty of death. During the period such rules were imposed, the eugenics movement had not yet begun. Publications and books of that time period contained much of the information discussed in this video. Hence, any notion of supremacy based on fair complexions and light-colored eyes and hair would have been debunked. Here, we have wild men illustrated in their own heraldry. This is very interesting because oftentimes when the wild men are discussed by non-black historians, there is always the narrative that they are mythical creatures. But yet we see them with their own coat of arms in this early 14th century period publication. I did a video in regard to the German coat of arms explaining the process of obtaining a family crest or coat of arms in the medieval period. Furthermore, the book is titled L'Armorial d'Auvergne, Bourbonnois et Forests de Guillaume Revel, which the last part of the title suggests that the coat of arms of the forest people are also contained within. Mathurin Moreau, lawyer in the King's Parliament and governor in the election of Sables, dated 1600s circa. This is another influential old foundational black French family known as the Le Bouvier family. Next we have Colin. This crest is dated back to 1701. Here we have Maury. His crest is dated back to 1696. Here we have Dubois. It is important to note that the Dubois family were large landowners in medieval France. This crest is dated back to 1697. Here we have Melier. This crest goes back to 1701. I have another primary source which is a little later than the coat of arms shown. We have the account of one of the founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin. In one of his essays published in the year 1751, titled Observations Concerning the Increase of Mankind, he states the following, which leads me to add one remark, that the number of purely white people in the world is proportionably very small. All Africa is black or tawny, Asia chiefly tawny. America, exclusive of the newcomers, wholly so. And in Europe, the Spaniards, Italians, French, Russians, and Swedes are generally of what we call a swarthy complexion. As are the Germans also, the Saxons only excepted, who with the English make the principal body of white people on the face of the earth. I could wish their numbers were increased. And while we are, as I may call it, scouring our planet by clearing America of woods, and so making this side of our globe reflect a brighter light to the eyes of inhabitants in Mars or Venus, why should we, in the sight of superior beings, darken its people? Why increase the sons of Africa by planting them in America, where we have so fair an opportunity, by excluding all blacks and tawnies, of increasing the lovely white and red? But perhaps I am partial to the complexion of my country, for such kind of partiality is natural to mankind. You can access this essay from the National Archives or simply search for the PDF. It is widely available and a great first source account as to what the populations of his time looked like. This video doesn't even scratch the surface in regard to all of the hidden information about the foundational black population of France. There are many more of these family crests and rare books hidden away in private collections. I will continue to bring you more information as I find it. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.